per usual, I like to start this video off by saying thank y'all for the support, thank y'all for liking, interacting with me, and I love y'all guys, man. I don't know about y'all, man, but getting my first job after high school, I went through a lot of them, but now I'm finally at where I'm at now, and I gotta say, it's scary, bro. I don't know about y'all, but like just the thought of like, you know, because when you're in high school, you have your parents, you have a whole system built on like, okay, if your parents kick you out, we can send you here, or you can go live here, or do this, the school feeds you, da-da-da. But after high school, bro, all that shit ends. You gotta fight for your life, bro. If you don't got a good family, it makes it even worse, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, man, that's enough talking. Let's get into the video.
Landing your first job out of school is somehow the most exciting yet terrifying thing that you will ever experience in your life. When I was nearing the final months before I graduated college, I remember being in lectures with my laptop out trying to figure out what the hell I'm gonna do once I finish. Like I'm talking mid-lecture, professor still yapping, and here I am scrolling through Reddit talking about potential career paths to choose. My boys notice I haven't spoken the last 25 minutes. They're like, yo, bro, what the fuck got you so focused over there? I'm like, nigga, real life got me focused. I gotta figure this shit out.
And I don't know, bro. It's like the job market now, bro, is like I have an apartment, I have a car, I have bills now, bro. If I lose all this shit today, if I lose all my shit today, like I don't know. Like I would say like I can go live with my grandma or something, but like finding a new job is hard, bro. Even when you work, even when I worked at McDonald's, I had to go through 2 interviews, bro. What am I doing going through 2 interviews at McDonald's to flip burgers, bro? This shit's no joke out here, dude.
And so there I am, still scrolling endlessly, and the panic starts to settle in because I realize for the first time, nigga, I might be cooked. Growing up, you follow a structure. You start in elementary school, graduate, and then you move on to high school. 9th grade, they tell you these 4 years are sure going to fly you by. Then before you know it, you're in college. Fast forward just a few more years, and now you're in the real world. And I ain't gonna lie, for the first few weeks to months, it's hella liberating. It's like, damn, I can do whatever the fuck I want. But very quickly it turns to, damn, I can do whatever the fuck I want. Nonetheless, eventually you start your job search because you don't want the education you just spent years on going to waste. When you run into your first problem, you don't have any experience. This kind of shit never made sense because they tell you...
I hate that shit, bro. After high school, I went to trade school for a bit. And I was going to trade school to be an electrician. And, like... I would say I was pretty good at it, you know what I'm saying? And, like, I came back home, and there was only a certain amount of places I could go on my electrical work. And I had a car, too. So it was like, and then my mom was like busting me get out the house. You know, I spent 2 years at this trade school and I came back home. So I was 20 when I came back last year. And, you know, so I was under pressure and I couldn't find anything. I'm working a job completely unrelated to what I went to school for. And then they wanted experience, but I didn't have experience. And it was just like, and then I tried college. I tried college for like 6 months. I think it was 6 months. But I tried college for about like 6 months. No, sir. They wanted me to pay. So I was paying for the classes, but I had to pay for the test to get the certificate. And I was like, dude, why am I going to go through y'all? So my plan is find some time, like save up the money because it costs a lot to take the CompTIA A+, which is a lot to say. And then like, look it up if you don't know what it is. But I'm going to find time, study for that, and try to find like a help desk type job. You know what I'm saying? But everything costs money, and it's not getting any cheaper. It's getting higher. And I'm going broke slowly, and I make $20 an hour, bro. It's just no game.
School will help you land a job, yet companies are looking for niggas with 8 years experience. 8 years ago, I think I was in what, 6th grade? But some miraculous way you end up bullshitting your way over to your first real job, and when you finally do, fuck. This shit gets dreadful so quick. The first thing I realized is how much older everyone is. See, when you're at school or working your little part-time job or whatever, everyone is relatively at the same point in life and the same age. Once you get out there, you're working with grown-ass people, and I'm talking grown. Once the people at my job found out how young I was, it became the topic of the discussion, every discussion. Like real shit, no conversation goes without the mentioning of my age. I remember once we were in a meeting and the president of the company goes, what year were you born in again? 2003. And the look on his face, you would have thought I murdered his fucking dog. That nigga stood up, took his glasses off, and took a trip down memory lane. Talking about some 2003. Fuck. We won nationals in 2003. Yeah, I was just born. Wow. Like, bro, I get it. Fuck. Or the one time we went out for sushi and my boss saw a sign on the window saying kids eat for free. Followed it up with, look, you can eat for free. Oh, never mind. We have to come back at 3 p.m. Like, okay. Or even this one time we went out to an all-you-can-eat buffet, and the waiter said to us, just so we could clarify, we have 5 adults at the table, right? And my boss said, yeah, actually, I don't know, while looking at me the entire time. And don't even get me started on the unsolicited advice. There's a department next to me where only women work, and 3 of the ladies in there miraculously have kids that are somehow all the same age as me. Yeah. How this happened, I have no idea. But now every day it's advice no one asked for, quickly followed by, I say this because you're like my son.
The fact that this nigga ain't even lying. The fact this nigga ain't even lying about that, bro. They always, as soon as I tell my age, they always spitting some advice, bro. Always spitting some advice. It could be about the most random thing. We'll start talking about girls. Advice about girls. Start talking about cars. Advice about cars. Start talking about fucking saving money. Oh, God. If we talk about money, bro, we'd be on the topic for hours. And they're like, yeah, go open up an account. I do. I have a savings and a checking, and I got thousands of dollars in my savings, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what I'm doing, but they just feel the need. But like, you got to thank them though, because a lot of people don't learn this shit at school. I was fortunate enough to learn financial literacy at school. So to all the old heads out there teaching the young kids, we appreciate y'all, bro. But not me, because I already know. You know what I'm saying? Well,
it's like they see.
I appreciate you, but like, I don't need the advice.
How young you are compared to them, and they just forget they were also once your age as well. Crazy. The next thing I noticed over the course of being at my real job is just how some niggas low-key live for office drama. Yeah. See, when you're younger and in a warm environment like your retail job or school, niggas gon' talk about anyone and anything, but because of how young and immature you are, shit that don't matter gon' seem like it does. But for some reason, I'm witnessing people in the department next to me chat the most shit I've ever heard in my life. Mind you, they're grown. Because they all work hybrid, so some days some work at home, some days some work in the office. Whoever is in the office that day is having a field day when a certain someone is not working. Like one time this lady asked for assistance from the other lady who happened to be working from home that day, and the lady from home said she couldn't help her, and it wasn't even just a, oh, okay, like she can't help me. It was, oh my fucking gosh, this dumb bitch Jennifer, like just fucking help me. Damn. And you can imagine the look on my face from the office next door. The one thing I will say though, and I'm not sexist, but I've only noticed this with the woman next door. As for us men in my department, we don't give a fuck about anything, to be fair. Or even this one time I went out for lunch with 2 of my coworkers, one from my department and a woman from the other one. And as we're eating, the lady casually just says, yeah, Jess was super annoying today. And then they both just started dissecting all of this woman's flaws and imperfections for the next 15 minutes. And I'm just kind of there. Not only am I new, but I also don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Just locked in on my hot dog. And then
whenever you start a new job, I call it the scrap period. Even though it might be called something else. But what the scrap period is in a job, yes, I gave my own self, my own name, a fucking title. What the scrap period is in a job is, it's like when you first start a job. I give it about 2 to 4 weeks of me being quiet. So my first few days there, I'm quiet. Unless someone speaks to me or someone my age comes up, starts talking, I'm quiet. I'm kind of like observing everybody there, you know. There's a few people you want to look out for when you're starting a new job. 1, you want to look out for the snitches. 2, you want to look out for the drama starters. 3, you want to look out for kind of like someone who has authority, but's not really like a higher figure, like a boss or a supervisor. So like, for example, someone that's been there for about 20 plus years or 10 plus years. You know what I'm saying? The manager comes to them, trusts them on their input and shit. Kind of like a supervisor, but sometimes not always a supervisor. You know what I'm saying? And you also just want to look at how these people act. So, like, you want to know what not to bring up, what not to say, what not to do. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying.
Then I zone back into the conversation and think to myself, damn, they really don't like this bitch at all. You would have thought by the time you become a full-fledged adult, you don't really have the time to be so concerned or gossip about other people, but I guess the game never changes for real. This shit was reminding me of my retail job where it's all buddy-buddy to each other's face, but behind closed doors, niggas hate.
Fucking hate my retail job. I just made a video on that, by the way. Go check it out.
Hate ain't even the word. Niggas despise each other. And don't even get me started on uniform. Luckily, my job doesn't have a uniform. It's more just a need to dress business casual, which isn't that bad, and I normally follow. But tell me why the one day I wore sweatpants and running shoes as I was traveling on site to set up a server, which was literally the dirtiest place ever. Once I get back to the office, after I just came back from that server room and went to war, like I'm talking straight dust and dirt everywhere, I got webs in my hair, and I'm carrying a fucking vacuum to the garage. One of the ladies only then thinks it's a good idea to address my appearance in front of everyone in the office during a conversation. And to make matters worse, she goes a step further and drags the other guys from my department to compare how we're presenting ourselves and the cleanliness. Like, what the
See, they know not to try that with me. One thing about me is my comebacks are swift. If she would have said that to me, it would have been something like, oh yeah, you know, I'm actually working. What are you doing? You know, just sitting here, just talking. Oh, right. That's what I thought. You know what I'm saying? That last part, I don't know what it is, but whenever I'm arguing with somebody and I go like, oh, right, that's what I thought. And I like, and I turn to walk away, they get so mad, bro. They start raising their voice or trying to like defend themselves. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'll just clap back with something else, man. They get so mad, bro. I love trolling. Trolling is a passion for me. Trolling is undescribable. Just like something about having a bad day and someone, I don't troll innocence, bro. I sound like a vigilante, but I don't troll innocence. Something about having a bad day and someone who likes to fuck with people comes to fuck with you and you just start trolling them and they're slowly getting mad. It just turns my frown upside down, man.
No one's surprised. She starts talking about her son that's my age and showing us his Instagram and how he looks clean. I'm like, bro, I just came back from the front lines in the trenches, legit a whole war zone, and you're comparing the current me to your son's Instagram pictures. Tombo, let's try to look more polished for next time. What the fuck? The next thing you're gonna notice when you get your first job is how quick your coworkers try to get close to you. Quick! Like, you go on lunch together one time, then every day it's, hey, what are we grabbing for lunch today? And then all of a sudden they're trying to add you on Discord so you could game later tonight. Niggas will call that shit bonding. I'm just there like,
I did play Fortnite with a group of my coworkers the other night, bro. That shit was fun though, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't even run games no more. Or even spontaneous plans like, hey, what are you saying after work?
That picture was a legendary pool, bro. I know y'all remember this shit. I know y'all remember that shit.
Yeah. I don't even run games no more. Or even spontaneous plans like, hey, what are you saying after work today? Like, forget next week. They're talking about today. Like, after your shift. You trying to go shoot some hoops? Like, with all due respect, and mind you, your coworkers will sometimes be some cool ass people. But respectfully, I am not trying to go out, especially after with you. It ain't even nothing personal. It's just like, bro, I was just here for 8 fucking hours with y'all niggas. Like, I want to go home. Like, I got other shit I gotta attend to. But to be fair, maybe it gets different when you get a bit older, because you might not do as much or have as many friends. Granted, I'm still young, but I've learned it's very important to keep your work life as your work life and your personal life as your personal life. Right. But all in all, I say all of that to say this. Getting your first job is one of the most exciting and terrifying things you'll experience in your life. But it's all good because at the end of the day, you get to say you have a job and make money, I guess.
Yeah. Nothing like having your own shit, bro. Hate being unemployed. Anyways, man, y'all go like his video. Where's Dave on YouTube? 15K. I hope to get up there someday. I mean, damn, I'm just going for 1K right now. Anyways, man, thank y'all for the support. We're constantly going up, and I love you guys, and enjoy. Peace.